The chances are some of you have already been back to the store since Christmas, returning some of the gifts you got that you didn't want. But be careful, there are some hidden threats to your bank account still out there. Todd Feinman, CEO of Identity Finders, here to talk about it. So, Todd, tell us what the risks are when we're returning our gifts to our identity.
Yeah, I mean, identity theft is something that can affect us all year round, but certainly around these times of the year, the hackers and identity thieves are looking for any way they can get your personal information to commit identity fraud. So certainly when you're returning a gift, one of the things you want to watch out for is any of these emails that purport to be from one of the more common websites or stores that say, if you want to return something, we're going to make it easy for you, please log in here. And then it'll ask for your username and password, when in reality, you're really giving that to a hacker who's then going to use it to either try to log into that website, take your credit card number, or try that same username and password at all sorts of banking and financial institutions.
So don't fall for that if that pops up on
Absolutely not. You know, always ignore the email. If you really want to return something, make sure you type the full website in yourself.
Okay, all right. Give us the top tips that you would say.
Yeah, another big one is the creating of the passwords. You know, when you want to return something, they're probably going to ask you to create an account so that you can get a return authorization number. It's really important that when you create this account, first of all, don't use the same password that you're using for your banking institutions. Again, you don't want someone being able to log in if they get control of that account to then go and try it at some of the bigger, banks or regional banks that you might have an account with, because then they can withdraw money from it.
Okay.
So always create complex passwords whenever you're registering with one of these websites.
Just a good idea. All right. Also, you keep the latest software. You say that's important.
Yeah, I mean, anywhere you're going on the web these days could potentially have some sort of exploit that tries to get into your computer with a virus or some sort of malware. Okay. So it's really important you're always updating your operating system from either from Apple or Microsoft, as well as your web browsers and any multimedia applications that you use, like, Apple QuickTime or Adobe Flash.
And this is important, too, because sometimes you'll get something that says, hey, you have a virus. Something will pop up and say you have a virus. Don't fall for that scareware, you call it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's, this came up just in the recent weeks because of all the Tiger Woods things that were popping up. People were trying to find out what was going on. They go to these websites that just popped up, and they said, oh, you have a virus, click here, we'll get rid of it. When in reality, when you click there, they're actually giving you the virus. That's really important because, A, try to avoid those websites. Try not to be clicking on things you shouldn't be, but also updating that software. That's exactly why. If you had the latest version of Flash or QuickTime or something, those types of things couldn't potentially inject a virus into your computer.
Todd, I usually look for that little yellow padlock. I mean, is that something a must?
Yeah, that is. Especially, again, you're going to return something online and you have to put a password in or you have to put a credit card number in. Make sure that padlock is there. It makes sure that when you type your password in or your credit card number, that it's being transmitted to that place securely and no one else could potentially be stealing it.
Okay, and finally, before you go, I think you're saying as we get into January, it might be time to check our credit reports, our credit scores.
Yeah, definitely. First of all, check your credit score. You could do that for free once per year with each of the 3 credit bureaus. Yeah. Make sure that anything you have on your computer from, all the receipts that might have been emailed to you, go through your computer, use tools like Identity Finder to make sure that you're cleaning that up and everything is safe and secure.
All right, Todd Feinman from IdentityFinder.com. Some good tips. Thank you, sir, for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Coming up, preparing